Welcome back to your live continuing coverage of Toy Fair 2015 with the Toy Industry Association on BeTerrific, your official Toy Fair coverage. I'm Michael Artsis. Thanks so much for joining us. I am so thrilled and excited today. I got to tell you, keep connecting with us in the IRC chat. BeTerrific.com/live. Go underneath the live video player, and you can see our IRC. Join there. It's free to join. It's fun to join. And you got to join because it's awesome. We're just having so much fun, off camera, on camera, everything. We've got David Hoyt here. He is the foremost expert in the world on puzzles. When you play puzzles in the newspaper, most likely they're his puzzles. Not only that, he is the puzzle wizard. And so, David, thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, thanks for having me here.
You got a lot of new stuff coming out, right? It's not just about putting it in the newspapers. It's about creating interactivity and real puzzles you can buy.
We have apps. We have card games, board games. I've been coming to Toy Fair for 20 years. I've been fortunate enough to license stuff to Hasbro and Mattel, and it's I've become the word game expert, but I'm all about all types of games. There's nothing I don't do.
Is that like the easiest path to success, is that you license it to a Hasbro or a Mattel or a Tommy or a Tyco or whatever, instead of actually trying to bring it to market yourself?
There is no easiest path to success, because sometimes you could license something to a big company and it comes out, goes nowhere. Sometimes you can license something to a small company, they can take their time with it, grow it, and it goes on to become the big thing. So that's kind of what I've learned. It's nothing like what you think it is.
And then there are sometimes you get said no to 12 times too.
Well, 12, no to 200 times.
Wow.
If you're a real inventor, you are said no to probably 1,000 times.
So you just got to persevere.
Yeah, and I have a lot of respect for the people in the game industry who actually review all the products, because they have to say no almost every single time. I mean, think about it. So it's not, them saying yes that keeps you coming back. It's how they say no that keeps the inventors coming back.
Absolutely.
And, yeah, it's amazing.
You have the app Just 2 Words, right?
Yes, Just 2 Words is an amazing experience. We've had 13 million play sessions, and it's incredible. I'm actually even bumping into people like in airports sitting there playing it. So I get to come up to them and say, hey, can I help you? And it's so fun for me. I really enjoy it.
That's amazing. And what, I mean, you see them playing it, and you actually help them.
Yeah, it's great. Like
Isn't that cheating in the game?
It is cheating, but it's so fun for me to do that.
Tonight, everyone, on the Fleecing of America, David Hoyt will talk about how he helps people cheat in puzzle games, like Just 2 Words.
Exactly.
Tell me about Just 2 Words.
Just 2 Words launched about a year ago. It's a very simple game. You look at 2 pictures. The one picture is the first part of the answer. The second picture is the second part of the answer. It could be a common phrase, big picture or be terrific or whatever.
I love that. Can we get Be Terrific worked in there?
You know what? It's going to be in the next update for sure.
I love it. And so what's cool about the online games and the apps is that you can constantly update them, right? And make it more challenging and give them more fun and more games to play, kind of more levels.
Yeah, it's amazing. This didn't exist not too long ago, where now we can just add 100 puzzles whenever we want to. So it's, rather than have the person have to download a whole new app, you just keep feeding this app, and it is incredible.
How do you figure out all these different puzzles? How do you come up with them? Because it can't be easy.
No, I'm responsible for about 10 different daily puzzles, and for some reason it's just my brain is always working on new content, like for Jumble or for whatever it is, and I've never had writer's block. And every time I say that, I'm like, I've just jinxed myself. This is, now I'm going to get it, but I don't know how I come up with them. My brain is just always looking for.
Is there a trick? Ben wants to know, he's in the chat room, he wants to know, is there a trick to every puzzle that you can help people with, or is there do you leave like a back door open?
It's what I do is I try to have the solver think, did he do that on purpose? So that they know that there's a real person behind there, and then little by little, they get used to my personality, so that my personality becomes the hint. They're like, oh, I know what I know what he's doing.
It's kind of like reading a book, maybe the 17th book in an author's series.
Yeah.
You know what the character's going to do.
Yeah, exactly. So the more you play my puzzles and games, the more likely you are to really pick up on that thing, that little thing that's going on in the background.
What about Words with Friends? That thing exploded. Were you sitting there going, oh, how is that not me? Or
for every game that I haven't invented, haven't made money off of. That's what I think. Why, why didn't I do that?
I mean, but you're so close to that one.
I know. That's a long story how Words with Friends came about.
Yeah.
Does
it keep you up at night ever?
No. I don't have a lot of time to play word games.
Yeah.
My word game is making the word games. Like I love
What's
it.
your favorite game that you've ever made?
My favorite game that I have ever made. Wow, that's so strange that I'm not sure anyone has ever asked me that. It's a game I think called Ziggurat, which never came out, and it had to do with I don't know if anyone knows what a ziggurat is. I didn't, but it's a step pyramid, like like an Aztec pyramid, and you had to control the top. I lived to play this game, absolutely lived for it. Although Wordwinder also is a.
So is it possible that could still come out?
It is, and you've just reminded me to go back and find it.
What about making that an app? It seems like it'd be a great app.
It probably would, but it's all about time management. There are, people are coming to me with ideas. I've got a million ideas. It's about
How does it work when somebody comes to you with an idea? Do you license their idea and then license it out to
All right,
somebody
don't
else?
come to me with an idea. It's sometimes people find me and they say, "Can I pitch you the idea?" And my lawyer doesn't like it when I'm pitched ideas. I'm not supposed to be looking at ideas, but sometimes you can't help it. People are, they just show it to you before you can even do anything about it.
Right, I could imagine.
Yes. So, but it is. I try. You know what I try to do? I try to help people as much as I can, knowing that the positive energy will come back around.
How did you get into puzzles? How did you get into doing this as a career? And did you say like you were a kid and you were like, I'm going to be a puzzle guy?
No, I was a kid and I said I wanted to be an inventor.
Yeah.
And it didn't matter what I was inventing. In fact, my passion really was more like technology, like battery technology, and it still is.
Okay.
And I became an options trader on the floor of the Chicago Board Options Exchange, which has nothing to do with inventing.
I was going to say, this story just took a wild right turn.
And then what happened was, in 1992, there was a guy in the IBM pit showing off this new board game that had just come out. And the reason he was showing it off is that he was a 25% owner of a company in Chicago that developed board games and licensed them. So I was like, really, that's a business? Like you can invent games and make money? And I saw that and I talked to him and he introduced me to the people there at Meyer Glass, and they were just wonderful. And everyone in this industry is just so nice and welcoming, and that started me down this process of I have to place a game. So I saved up some money. And I thought, this money will last me 2 years. I could, and it lasted like 3 months because you're making prototypes, you're sending FedExes, you're traveling. So I kind of became a starving artist. Like I really had no money, and here I was telling everyone I was a full-time inventor, and little by little, just with hard work, I figured it out over 20, it took about 6 years of working at it full-time before I was really earning a living at it.
Very amazing, great story, very inspired story. Last question real quick, favorite game when you were growing up? Favorite game to play? Favorite toy? Toy game,
well, in any sport, but I really liked chess. I know that's kind of not a regular game. It's not a licensed game.
Well, it tells a lot about how you create these
Well, my dad is like a chess master, so trying to play him at chess was very fun for me. I enjoyed that a lot.
Somehow I'm at a loss for words, so we got to go.
All right.
I'm just kidding. That's David Hoyt, the puzzle expert. I've never been at a loss for words, and it probably will never happen. Just kidding, it has happened. We'll be back with a whole lot more from Toy Fair 2015 right after this, and I promise when we come back, Dee Wallace will be here. Don't go anywhere.